Yo guys, welcome back. Let's look at one of the examples on the front page. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll find this part of the page. In this little example, we have every aspect of Datastar working. So let's check this out and walk through it. This is explaining that Datastar works with two content types, either a single response of HTML in text or a stream of HTML in text. It says here, a regular HTML response, how the web has worked forever, or a stream of SSE that contains HTML in messages. So if I click this button with interval 400, I'll see that I'm getting a streaming of letters spelling hello world trickled to me letter by letter on a 400 millisecond interval. And this is what the response that made that happen looks like. You can see I'm just receiving Datastar patch element events, and Datastar is just patching the DOM as each message comes in. If I click it with interval 0, I'll get hello world instantly as a regular HTML response. And again, Datastar just patches the DOM. So let's go ahead and just analyze every part of this. Let's talk about these elements. So the main things we have here are an input element, a start button, a message div, and a network response div. First, the start button that we click looks like this. You can see it has some data attributes on it. We have data on click here, and what is that doing? It's setting message and network response elements inner HTML to an empty space. So when we click this button, the first thing it does is clears the inner HTML of our message div and our network response div. So you can see it's just JavaScript being executed. Message and network response are the IDs for these two divs respectively. So when we click the button, Datastar runs this expression. It clears both of those divs out, and then it does something else. It performs a Datastar action, a GET request to the back end. Okay, cool. Next, let's look at the input field. The input field has a data bind attribute on it. This simply creates a signal for us on this input. So now there's two-way binding on this signal and the value of the input. This is a reactive signal. And since we don't specify a value on the data attribute itself, it uses the value of the input element, which is 400. So we have the signal interval set to the value of the input field, 400. Now when we change it, the input field's value is bound to the signal, so we update the signal. Now it's 0. When we click the button, the onClick fires. It sends the state here, our signal, interval, which is 0, to the back end. This is the actual response from that page. One response, multiple messages. One of these events patches our message div. You can see here we set it to hello world with a class on it, which is why it turns green. The other patches our network response div. It fills it with the response data from the call. So one request, one response, but with multiple patching events. So as you recall, when we click it, it looks like this. There's one more example on the front page I want to look at. Now this talks more about keeping your application state on your back end as well as a hypermedia driven approach. You can see we have another element with a Datastar attribute on it. And this one, same thing, data on click, and it runs a GET request. And this is what code that constructs the response to patch the DOM looks like. This is using one of the SDKs. So on click, the button makes a GET request. And at that endpoint, this code constructs the response that patches the DOM. So it sends an initial message, waits a second, and then sends another one. We click the button and it patches the DOM, waits a second, and then patches the DOM again with a second response. Why is this so cool? Well, there's many reasons and benefits, and we can get into as we go. But right off the bat, this is how browsers were actually designed to work. This is server-side rendering, because you're writing all of this from the back end, in whatever language you want. And there's also SDKs that exist that will literally format the response for you. And then Datastar just takes this response and does its job. You don't have to deal with the front end at all. You'll see this when we do some examples. So that's a quick overview on Datastar and this front page, unless you want to watch a stupid little video. Honestly, I'm making a video series for Datastar, but really, this site and the guide are all you need to get started. But if you're super lazy and just want to watch something, that's usually how I am, we can keep going. Next up, the guide and a little history lesson. I will see you there.